Hey y'all, welcome back to the vlog. If you're new here, which there are quite a few of you that are, so hey girl, hey, I'm so glad you're here. My name's Janetta, and as crazy as it sounds to me, we're about to reset for September. So before we get into the wheelings and dealings of September, I did want to take a second and reflect on the month of August because I kid you not, I feel like I looked up and August was gone with the wind, okay? Just out the door. I do not know where time went from August the 1st to August 31st. I mean, I was there clearly, but just, it was in and out of here, okay? I mean, it was my birthday month, so shout out to all the ladies entering their mid-30s. We out here, girl. Also, I will say there was literally something to either celebrate, to do, or an event to go to literally every single week. So that probably does explain why I feel like time went fast, because I don't really feel like I had that much downtime, except for the end of the month, because my fiance and I did make a little trip to the beach. So we got to just stick our heads in the sand and just do absolutely nothing for a few days, which was really, really great. I feel like after a month where you just feel like you're going to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, having a little bit of R&R at the end of the month helps. But anyway, let's get into September. And I think I'm gonna start with my budget closeout like I usually do. What I'm gonna do is try something a little bit different, because I did a by hand budget and expense tracker this month, but I also, oh please, had to pull my laptop out. But I also, in lieu of doing a by hand budget and expense tracker, I got started working on one in Excel, because I feel like going into the fourth quarter of the year, when things are just bound to get crazy, like for one with work, and for two, the holidays are during the fourth quarter, I think I'm gonna transition from doing a by hand budget and expense tracker to something digital, because I just think that that's gonna serve me a little bit better. So I'm gonna try and do a little screen share situation. Y'all know I don't really know how to work this laptop quite yet. So yeah, hold on, let me Google how to do it. I think I got this figured out. So hopefully it is recording my screen. Okay, so this is a rough sketch. I definitely want to come back to this and keep building it out. But what I was trying to do was split this up a couple of different ways, right? I wanted to have an income section here because I want to know exactly how much money I'm bringing in every single month, whether or not it's coming from my full-time job, an outside source like Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, because maybe somebody's paying me back for something, or maybe they're just sending me money for some reason. And then YouTube, I just have in here as a placeholder. For bills, I wanted to also have a place to keep track of my bills, what dates they were due, the amounts they are, what type of bill it is. So all of these have the ability to be a drop down. And then I also inserted a checkbox here to let myself know whether or not the bill has been paid. And then a bonus section for me was, okay, well, how is the bill getting paid, right? Like, not every single bill is automatically drafted from a checking account. Sometimes they're on auto pay for checking. Sometimes they're on auto pay for a credit card, or sometimes there are bills where I manually pay, which for me, I'm gonna manually pay my cell phone bill every single time. You know why? Because those companies are super sketchy sometimes, and they will charge you for something, and then you have to go through basically hell and high water in order to get your money back. Over here, I have a budget section. So there are a bunch of formulas in here, but basically it's gonna take my total income, subtract my bills, and tell me how much is remaining. And then it's also gonna transfer the amount remaining to my budget. So anything in here has been already placed here. So for example, if I take this and change savings from $25 to $0, it's telling me that out of the $299.03 that's in here, I have $25 left that I need to find a place for. That'll make sure that I am budgeting every single dollar and not just, over or under budgeting. And then over here, I'm turning things red if I've gone over budget. If I've underspent in that category, I'm turning things green. Here I have a monthly reflection section, and I think I'm just gonna use that to kind of give myself an overview of how I feel like I did for the month. And then I put a note section basically in every category. So for bills and for budget, there's a note section. And then I have a spend sheet, which I'm thinking I'm going to change this because ever since doing this, I know that I don't like it. I think I'm going to create something where the expenses are like, there's going to be a header here, and then I want to make drop downs for the categories instead of splitting them off like this, because I think it would just be easier to see. So anytime I put in a budget amount, it feeds from this worksheet over to this worksheet, which I absolutely love. But again, I think I'm just going to change the way that I outline the expenses. I just want to make it probably like one column, but anyway, I say that all to say that this is the method that I'm going to be using from now until the end of the year. I probably will be tweaking this as I go along, as I find things that I just need to see in a different way. And then also I'm going to go back to it because I want to see some graphs, right? I want to know like what are my high spend categories. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because I'm super excited about it and I really hope it works for me. So this month is really going to be a test month for me. Like, can I make this work? Does this make sense? Do I need to make changes? With that being said, let's talk about how I actually did on my budget for the month of August. And actually, I have a real spreadsheet. So I'm going to turn off my screen recording and navigate to the one that actually has all my business in it. And we can go over that. So for me, there were some categories that I overspent on, and I also had categories that I underspent on. And if you're not familiar, I typically keep the same categories every month. So I have pocket money, gas, Costco, home, groceries, eating outside, personal beauty, and then I put a bonus one in here, clothing, and also a second bonus one because I knew I was traveling in the month of August. So travel is its own category. In the grand scheme of things, even though like I went over and under in some categories, it all washed out because I still am going to make a savings deposit this month, which I love that because things were getting a little bit dicey. I did make myself a little monthly reflection note, and what I was basically saying here was that I need to do a better job of setting a budget for traveling. And I just feel like it's incredibly hard to budget traveling, right? Like plane tickets cost what they cost, hotels cost what they cost, paying for parking at the airport or like renting a car costs what it costs. So it's like, I don't feel like I can truly set a budget for any traveling that I'm doing until I know what those basically fixed costs are, and then I can go from there. Which brings up a question that I want to ask y'all. When it comes to travel, how exactly do you budget for travel? Or do you not budget for travel and you're just like, I'm going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship and it is what it is? Like, let me know in the comments how you do it. But that's where we are with that. I feel like when I'm saving money, it's always a good month. You know what I mean? As long as I'm not in the red, I think I did pretty good. Let's get into this planner. So for, I'd say maybe like the last couple of months, I've been feeling like I am having a hard time accounting for where my time goes. I feel like I'm making these goals and I'm not doing a very good job of meeting them. So what I'm gonna do for the month of September, I decided was I'm gonna start out the month with time tracking. This is kind of a rough outline of what I'm gonna go for probably like the first week, maybe even the second week of September. So I'm gonna keep my weekly to-dos here, which are basically things that I need or want to do that don't have a specific date. I added these 4 dots here because I want to track my water intake. I feel like I have really not been doing a very good job of staying hydrated throughout the day. Like I sit here at my desk and I'm not in the habit of getting up and refilling my water bottle as often as I used to be. And then as far as time tracking goes, I started at 6 a.m. and I'm gonna go all the way down to midnight. I'm gonna tell you, I really do not stay up until midnight that often. So what I think is gonna happen is if like during the first week, if I find out that I'm ending my days earlier, I'm just gonna drop those time slots off and probably replace it with something. And then I had the idea to track my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, really for no other reason than I didn't know what else to put there, okay? For this section up here, it says track something in time, which I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna track. I may track like my YouTube editing hours because I feel like they've been extremely sporadic. And then I also have a section in here for weekly rhythms. This used to be where I kept my habit trackers for the most part. But what I'm thinking here is this is definitely a habit that I want to implement, just getting some movement every day because it's been hard out here in these streets. And then I wanted to add laundry, daily tidy, fruits and veg because I haven't been doing a good job there either. And hobbies, but those aren't necessarily habits as much as they are like weekly rhythms. Like I want to keep track of when the last time that I did laundry, because why am I checking that laundry room every single day? Like I have no need to if I am being mindful of the last day that I actually did laundry, as well as like my morning and afternoon tidy. In a perfect world, when I get up in the morning, I would like to complete some kind of a morning routine that includes straightening things up before I get my day started. Like anything that I didn't get to the night before, I want to do before I start work. And the same thing at night. Like if there is something that is going to impede me from starting my day at a decent time, I would like to do a better job of getting that taken care of. So by evening tidy, I mean like if I have papers and stuff everywhere, girl, put them up. If I have like clothes on the floor, maybe I decided to wear something and changed my mind, like girl, put the clothes up, stuff like that. Another thing that I wanted to try is bringing me back to my bullet journal days where I used to do trackers on a whole page for the month. So one idea that I had was to track my vitamins, and then the next is like reading, and I'm gonna put the pages that I read in these dots here. And the reason why I want to put trackers all on one page is really, it's great if I'm tracking certain things week to week, but a lot of times it's more useful to me if I can see what's happening in the grand scheme of things for the month, because it may be that while tracking my vitamins, I'm noticing that I'm not taking my vitamins on the weekend. So maybe there's like some kind of alarm that I can set myself to say, hey, yeah, you're not starting your weekend days at the same time as your work days, so you're forgetting to take your vitamins. So like put an alarm or something in my phone that says, girl, wake up and take your vitamins. Oh, something else that I did is I actually used a brain dump. I've been making this page for months and just either not using it or sticking random sticky notes to it. And what I did was sat down and made a list of every single thing that was in my mind at the time. So home cleaning stuff, like cleaning my car. I have been meaning to clean my car for weeks and have not done it. I mean, at this point now there's sand in it, so I like need to deal with that pretty soon. I have cleaned the vacuum, so like at some point in September, I want to take apart like the dust basket and all that stuff and clean my vacuum. Thanksgiving plans are on here. Making my eye exam because we are entering in the fourth quarter, and what I don't want to do is be one of those people that get caught the week of December 31st trying to book an eye doctor appointment. That's the stuff that I put there, and what the plan is in my mind is to every week take stuff from this list and transfer it into my weekly to-dos. Now, if I run across something that I feel like isn't worth my time anymore, like I just don't want to deal with it now, I'll like make some kind of annotation or whatever. But I just feel like starting the month with a brain dump that's legitimate, like it's literally everything that's floating around in my mind on the first of the month, is putting me in a better spot than just scrambling week to week, figuring out what it is that I feel like I need to do. So that is what I'm going to do as far as planning for the month of September. Now let's talk about some goals. Oh girl, I got thirsty. I shut the air conditioning off because it was being too loud. In my mind, I feel like the fact that I'm not hitting the goals that I'm setting every month is stressing me out. So I'm gonna try and play a little mind trick on myself, and instead of calling them goals this month, I'm specifically gonna call them intentions, because it's the beginning of the month and I legitimately have such good intentions on accomplishing everything that I'm about to tell you. As far as last month's goals, I had a goal to make a savings deposit. Did I? By the grace, yes, I did. I also had it down to do a budget check-in 2 to 3 times a week. And based on the stuff that's in my planner, because I'm gonna be real with you, I was not checking this planner and checking off things like I should have been. So like the data is extremely skewed. From what I was able to gather from my planner, it looks like I checked in 4 times the whole month. 5 if you count my budget closeout that I do at the end of every month, which definitely does not equal 2 to 3 times a week. So we're gonna say, no, I did not meet that. Finished Hose Bob, which is this book right here. House of Sky and Breath. And let me tell you how much I don't care about Bryce Quinlan. I don't care about Hunt Athalar. I don't care about none of their friends. Like, I DNF'd this book so hard in August. I did not pick it back up. Even during the last reset, the bookmark is literally in the same spot. So it is very clear to me I have absolutely zero interest in reading the rest of this book. So it's been DNF'd. It's possible that sometime over the fall or winter when things are dead outside and it's cold and I just need something to do, that I may finish this book, but until then, it's just gonna go back on the bookshelf, okay? However, I did order a new book on Amazon. I legitimately cannot remember where I found the title of this book at. I'm pretty sure it was on somebody's YouTube channel, but it's called The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. And the synopsis is really quick, so here we go. Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house top to bottom. I pick up their daughter from school and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up. Shady. How she tells strange lies about her own daughter, shady, and how her husband Andrew seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. Chill. It's giving messy. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it's like, but she soon finds out. And by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. It's giving juicy, and I cannot wait to read it. It is 322 pages, so this literally can be read and finished within the span of like a week, maybe even less if I have a lot of time to dedicate to it. So I'm really excited to start this book. The synopsis, it's giving juicy. Next goal that I set last month was creative hour. I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not meet that goal, okay? I made a couple of test candles. I played with an SVG file in Cricut Design Space that I didn't even apply to the thing that I was designing it for. And what else? Oh, hold on, it's right in front of me. I made this. So when we went on our little trip to the beach, we did a glass blowing class and I made a paperweight. I'm very proud of this paperweight, okay? Now, does it mean that I met my goal for the month? Absolutely not. But can I just be proud that I had made something though? And then the two of us together, we made a star. If I remember to insert in like a little clip, I will show you the clip of the star right here. But considering that does not equate to doing something creative every single week, I'm gonna say no, I did not meet that. Health and wellness, working out 3 times a week. Absolutely not, okay? During the month of August, I was absolutely not here for the gym life, okay? So according to the unreliable tracking that I was doing for August, I did 6 workouts in the month of August, and I can tell you right now, all 6 were not in the gym. Several of those were walks outside, and even with that, that is definitely not 3 times a week. So nope, didn't do it. Hot yoga, you already know I didn't go. YouTube, post 5 videos. I definitely posted 5 videos. I know I did. Subscribers. So my goal for August was to earn 75 subscribers, and gotta open the laptop again, hold please. For the analytics, and I also figured out that I could like just choose a month. I just thought I had to do every rolling 28 days and do the rest of the math myself. Girl, no, they have a button in here. For August, I got 139 subscribers in the month of August. Like, first of all, thank you so much to everybody in the month of August that subscribed to this channel. I knew I had gained a good bit of subscribers because let me tell you how YouTube sent your girl an email talking about it's time for me to monetize my channel. And I was like, no way, like you're lying. Like there's no way it happened that fast. Now, with that being said, YouTube does have like 2 different phases of monetizing. So once you pass 500 subscribers, you're eligible for like the first phase of monetization, but you still have to have 1,000 subscribers to reach the second phase of monetization. So as far as monetizing, what I'm eligible for on this channel is something called supers. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs of the supers, okay? But one of the ones that I am familiar with is super chat. So if you're watching a creator's live stream and you really want to make sure the creator sees your comment, you can make some kind of a contribution to the channel, which I think is like $1, $5, and then it goes up in increments from there. And the more you donate, the longer your comment stays pinned at the top so the creator can see it. I know that one. And then another one, they have super thanks and super stickers. I think the super thanks works the same way where, well, once you make a contribution to the creator's channel, I think the user sees some kind of like sticker or animation, and then there's an alert sent to the creator that the person made a donation and they also made a comment. Whether or not that comment gets pinned, I'm not really sure. As far as super stickers, I think it works similarly, except I think the animation is able to be seen both ways. I think that's really cool. I mean, I've passed the first of 2 thresholds, so we are well on our way. And honestly, it really is thanks to y'all for subscribing to the channel and for watching these videos, because the growth that I have seen in the past couple of months on this channel, it just continues to blow my mind. With that being said, in order for me to get to the 2nd threshold on this channel, as of right now, I have 649 subscribers on the channel. So I think the math on that is an additional 351 would get me to the 1,000 subscriber threshold. And then for watch hours, I have 704 more watch hours before I'm eligible as well. At this rate, I think the channel could be monetized by the end of the year. And that is so exciting and also just blows my mind, because for real, I just feel like I make regular videos. And for me, at least, I film content around my life instead of planning my life around content. So it's just like, it's just everyday content here. So again, thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you guys for watching the videos, because it really is because of y'all that this channel is even on track to get monetized. You know, without viewership and without subscribers, I definitely would not be here. All right, so now that we've gotten last month's goals out of the way, let's talk about September's intentions. I have already made my list and I'm just gonna go over it with y'all. Let's start with health and wellness. Number 1, I have set an intention to go to hot yoga 2 times this month. Now, this is definitely the 3rd month that I've had this on my goal/intention, but I'm hoping that using the word intention will kind of lessen the pressure on myself to attend these classes, because there's a reason why I bought the class pack, right? And as far as I know, it doesn't expire anytime soon. So even if I don't go, it's fine. But by making it an intention instead of a goal, I feel like I'm like lessening the pressure on myself. The second part of my health wellness is getting in a minimum of 30 minutes of movement 3 to 4 times a week. And this is a change from last month, because last month I said specifically workouts, but obviously judging by August, I was not in the workout phase. Like, it was not in my spirit to go to the gym that many days in a month. So by making it movement, it would be my choice whether or not I wanted to go on a walk, whether or not I wanted to do a workout with weights in my living room, as long as I'm sticking to the minimum of 30 minutes of moving my body in some shape, form, or fashion. I feel like I can count that as attaining the intention/goal. I think I'm going to add a tracker to my planner for hobbies instead of being so strict and making it creative hours. So like any time that I get to spend on a hobby, I'm going to check it off in my planner as like, okay, I did a hobby that day, versus I spent a dedicated hour doing this one specific thing. Again, for the same reason, it just takes the pressure off, right? Like if I feel like, for reading, for example, if reading was my hobby, but I set a goal to read 2,000 pages in the month, it kind of takes away from the fact that it's a hobby, because now I feel the pressure to reach 2,000 pages instead of just being able to go with the flow and reaching 2,000 pages just because I like to read. And that's also the second intention I have in here, is just to track my reading. So I don't have necessarily a reading goal. Like, it would be great to start and finish this book, but for me, it's just, I enjoy reading, and I took a break for a little while just because I obviously was not interested in the book. So I just want to track how many pages I'm reading, just to make it like a little bit low stress. You know what I mean? Finances, same goal, to make a savings deposit this month. I am also going to keep the check-in 2 times a week for my budget tracker. And considering that I'm still building out this budget worksheet, I'm feeling like I'm going to be motivated to do it, because basically anytime I log in it to plug in numbers, I'm probably going to be messing around with it just to make it look a little bit more like how I'm picturing in my head. YouTube videos, I'm going to stick with the 5 videos because I think I've been doing pretty good at it. So 5 videos for the month of September. And then the subscriber goal, let's see, if I had 649 for August and I got 132, I think that was in the month of August, let's shoot for a goal of 100 subscribers, which is up, what, 25? Yeah, it's up 25 from last month, because y'all are legitimately coming out the woodwork. So I'm gonna put a goal here to earn an additional 25, so that makes the goal for September 100 subscribers. But with that being said, I think that's gonna bring us to the end of this month's reset. Until the next video, thank you guys so very much for watching. I appreciate y'all so very much, and I will catch you in the next one.